From the Arizona Sports Live desk, he's Doug Franz.
Hi.
I'm Vince Morado. We got our D-back spring training preview. Baseball season is here. I did a show from Salt River Fields yesterday, Doug. You'll be doing one later on. So there's no holding back now. Baseball season is here. And for the Arizona Diamondbacks, coming off a season where they had some success, they do have expectations, but there was a little disappointment earlier in the week when JD Martinez made it official and signed a $110 million deal with the Boston Red Sox. Not totally unexpected, but a little shred of disappointment, right?
Did you read into Torey Lovullo's comments when he said, we're going to have to pick up the pieces and then, blah, blah, blah. All I heard was pick up the pieces. Now, is that just cheesy cliche that you throw out there, or did you think the hope started to get more and more eternal that the Diamondbacks were going to really get JD Martinez?
We had David Peralta on our show, and I asked him, and his attitude was kind of like, who cares? We wish him well, but we're still pretty good. I think that might be the more prevailing attitude, and maybe just a cheesy cliche from Torey Lovullo.
I mean, they did get to a point where they were already a good team before they ever got JD Martinez. They were already in the wild card race and had a good lead. But what was odd is they went into that horrible August swoon when they were just terrible for a little while, and they had JD during that swoon. But JD was like the only productive person. It could have got real ugly without him. So he was definitely needed. But I don't think it's the end of the world that he's gone, because there was never a part of the Diamondbacks organization that felt like it's going to be built on JD Martinez. They got him for 2017. So I think this year's team isn't as good as last year's team ended because of JD Martinez. But I do think this year's team is better than it was last week because of the moves by Mike Hazen, and that's what you've got to compare it to.
And those moves, they go out and get Steven Souza from Tampa Bay, an outfielder, power-hitting outfielder. They add Gerard Dyson, a guy who's got championship experience, can play some defense and add some speed. So if you're going to have a fallback plan without JD Martinez, they did pretty well.
I love also what it says to Yasmani Tomas. Without saying you're overpaid, get in shape, do something productive, they're saying you're overweight, get in shape, do something productive.
That's pretty much, and slow down behind the wheel.
Yeah, that would be hypocritical of me to say that.
With the pitching, we won't go there. The overall pitching staff, not a lot of changes, especially in the rotation. A couple new pieces in the bullpen, Yoshi Hirano being the biggest of whom. He might be the ninth inning guy. But I think that continuity coming back, especially in the bullpen, well, throughout the pitching staff really, is going to be a plus for the Diamondbacks this year. Your thoughts?
Tell me about what Patrick Corbin does, and I'll tell you what the Diamondbacks do this year. I think Robbie Ray's going to have some moments where it'll be a little bit difficult because you've got a whole book on him as a near ace. So there's going to be an adjustment here or there. Greinke is still going to be Greinke. I don't think he's going to pitch as badly as he did in his first year with the Diamondbacks. I think he's going to have another good season. But I think Patrick Corbin or whoever's in that number 3 spot, that's going to really be everything in a division that's getting more and more offensive all the time.
Yeah, they did give up in the deals earlier in the week. They gave up Anthony Banda, who was the Diamondbacks' number 1 prospect, but not overall thought of that highly in minor league baseball. So I don't think that's a loss. And I agree with you. Patrick Corbin, at times, there was about a month last year, Doug, where he was the best pitcher in the National League, and he didn't get to pitch in the postseason. It's been a regret for Torey Lovullo since that series against the Dodgers ended. I think he is the big key. I would agree with you.
Because remember, he was okay at the beginning. I don't want to say trash, but really poor through the middle part of the year. And then he had that total meltdown at Wrigley. And after that meltdown at Wrigley, it kind of started to click of, wait a minute, I'm not pitching like a winner. I'm not pitching like a champion. And ever since then, he went through about 5 weeks of really good baseball. So this is going to be up to him, because if he succeeds greatly and the Diamondbacks don't, he's gone. He'll get traded at the deadline. If he fails and the Diamondbacks succeed, then they'll give up on him and make him a bullpen guy. So there's so much wavering back and forth of what Corbin could be, and that coincides with what the Diamondbacks will be.
You mentioned that you don't think the Diamondbacks are as good right now as they were at the end of last year. You can make the argument that going into 2018, every other team in the NL West is better. I mean, the Dodgers were kind of quiet, but a lot of young talent getting better. Padres added Eric Hosmer. The Giants really upgraded their outfield. The Rockies, probably better with some of the moves that they made, and they had a good season too. Would you agree with that everybody's better except for maybe the Diamondbacks?
I would say, yeah. Now, I do think the Diamondbacks are better than what they started 2017. Just not better than what they ended 2017, and that has everything to do with JD Martinez. I do think the whole division got better. Luckily, though, the Diamondbacks were second in the division anyway. So the question isn't, did they dramatically improve to the level that the Padres might have, to the level that the Giants might have? The question is, did they improve enough to stay at number 2? And I still think the answer to that is yes, depending on a major key for the whole division. And I'll say the same thing I said about Patrick Corbin. Tell me how Madison Bumgarner is going to do. I assume he's going to be fantastic again. I assume he's not going to have any crazy accidents during the season. So with that, do the Giants have enough pitching beyond that? I don't think so, but Madison Bumgarner's good enough that he might be enough.
Yeah, I mean the bullpen's really the big question with San Francisco.
And
their
has been
rotation
forever, it seems
Yeah,
like.
their rotation on paper looks pretty good. So, and I give you the right to change your mind between now and the season. But what do you see as far as a finish for the Diamondbacks? Because you can make an argument anywhere from second to fourth, in my opinion, in the NL West.
I like still finishing second, but I don't like guaranteeing a wild card. I think there's going to be enough competition across, especially in the National League Central. There's going to be enough competition across baseball that will make a run at the Diamondbacks for the wild card. I don't see a scenario other than massive injuries that I don't have LA first. You know, the LA's first, and then after that, I admit it's a crapshoot, but I'm kind of looking at last year and making assumptions that guys play close to that level and nobody else dramatically improves. So that's why I would say the Diamondbacks are second, but I'm not willing to put the kids' college fund on it.
Yeah, I'd go second right now, but again, like I gave the option to you, I reserve the right to change my
That's
mind.
why you gave me the option so you can have it.
Exactly. I'm just piggybacking on you. He's Doug Franz. You can hear him with Doug and Wolf 6 to 10 on 98.7 FM Arizona Sports Station. I'm Vince Marotta, Bickley and Marotta, noon to 2 on that same radio station. All kinds of coverage on ArizonaSports.com. But the bottom line is, Doug, spring training is here. It's a beautiful time of year. There's just no debating that.
Sun, beer, and baseball. I'm in.
It doesn't get any better than that. This has been the D-back spring training video preview on the Arizona Sports Live Desk.
98.7 FM, Arizona's sports station.